Right then, so this weekend is Derek Chisora versus Otto Wallin. And yes, this is now my fight preview and prediction now for you guys. What will go down in this fight? If I'm being completely honest here, I think it's going to be um, bit of a painful fight to watch. I'm not going to lie. I think it's going to be extremely sluggish. Like, even more sluggish, possibly, actually, than what Joyce versus Chisora was. I honestly think that this is not going to be a great watch, and I don't see the styles gelling well whatsoever. It's going to be extremely sluggish, and personally, I think that Otto Wallin's going to end up taking over the fight late, and I think Otto Wallin's going to win a points decision against Derek Chisora. Yeah, look, if I'm being honest, I think it is definitely right that Chisora is starting to, know that it is the end of his career, basically. And they're calling it the last dance. It's going to be his last fight in the UK. It's sad. We all love Chisora. He's provided great entertainment for us over these last, for years now. But it is the end. And I don't think he wins this fight against Wallin. I think, thing is, with Chisora, he gets too predictable over time. And, when you're up against someone like Joe Joyce or Gerald Washington, a fight which he arguably lost, he's able to do the same old thing, throw the overhand right, and then, tug in some big shots to the body and then clinch, rough you up there. He can do that against people like Joyce and Washington, but Wallin fights half smart, to be fair. Like, he's the boxing IQ of Wallin is there. He does the fundamentals well. He don't really have any power. He's not going to be able to face Chisora too much with that. But I do see Otto Wallin inviting pressure in this fight, because I know for a fact Wallin's not going to want to be taking the overhand off Derek Chisora, because I think Wallin's chin was massively exposed against AJ. He's not going to want to take a big shot off of Chisora, so he's going to invite the pressure. He's not going to back Chisora up too much, because Chisora is good off the ropes, especially at this point in his career. He's good off the ropes, and right now he digs into the body and likes to bulk over that backhand. That's always consistently what Chisora does. It's a bit too repetitive, and Wallin's going to know that coming into this fight. Like, he's going to come in with a game plan. He's going to try and outbox Chisora, and that's what's going to happen as the fight goes on. Wallin will continue to build his way into the fight, and he's going to take over. I feel like Wallin's best shot's the check hook, and Wallin's pretty good at, with that check hook off the ropes. We saw it in the Gaziev fight. That was a shot that really worked well for Wallin for a while. I think the check hook against Fury worked well at times as well. Breesley, the check hook worked for Wallin. When he's on the ropes. And Wallin's actually got decent footwork, to be fair. He knows his way around the ring fairly well, but I feel like he's not too strong. He doesn't really have power. So, Chisora's not going to really be too fazed by Wallin's power, but Chisora's going to end up getting outworked. And, early on, Chisora's going to look good and he's going to land some big shots. But I feel like Wallin can be defensively responsible. I mean, he didn't seem right in that AJ fight at all, because AJ's power was just way too much for him. And AJ was just on a different level that night against Wallin. But Wallin against Fury, I think was good, but let's be real, he got most of his success because of that head clash, and he did what he had to do on that at the end of the day. So fair play to Wallin there, and it was still a great performance from him. But it was good behind the jab, good behind that check hook. Doubles up the backhand a few times as well. Wallin, he's good at the basics. And I feel like at this point in Chisora's career, that's gonna be good enough to beat Chisora. I feel like Wallin's pretty sluggish as well still, though. Like, Wallin's not exactly, a really quick fight or anything. His shots aren't too fast, but, they're going to be quick enough to catch Chisora at this point. I think, Chisora, when he fought Pulev was, Pulev was even older than Chisora in that fight. Pulev was slow in that fight. Pulev's not really too smart anyway either. And yeah, Pulev didn't move too well. I feel like Wallin's footwork in this fight against Chisora is going to be a big factor in the win. Wallin's going to be moving about nicely, and he's going to be hard for Chisora to track down. I feel like Wallin covers up fairly well, to be fair. We saw it in the Gaziev fight. He covered up well, then, came out with the odd decent counter backhand. So, yeah, Wallin can counter well, and that can catch Chisora off guard. Chisora's going to get outsmarted here at the end of the day. He's not going to get knocked out. He's got a great chin, and Wallin has nowhere near the power to be able to knock Chisora out or even knock him down at the end of the day. But I think Wallin's style, it's all wrong for Derek Chisora. I feel like Chisora walks into too many shots. I mean, we look back at the Washington fight still, though, and Chisora is walking into many shots there. I mean, Chisora is good at taking shots to get to where he wants to be. But with Wallin, when he uses his footwork, that is going to make things difficult for Chisora. And I feel like Wallin will be able to make Chisora walk into his straight jab. But as I said, Chisora will get success with the backhand. But again, Wallin will invite the pressure and want to fight this fight on the back foot. That is what Wallin's going to do. It's not going to be great to watch. Wallin's going to be slow when he does it. But Chisora, as the fight goes on, definitely won't be able to keep up with the pace with Wallin. I feel like if Chisora wants to win, it's going to have to be early. But I'm pretty confident that Otto Wallin will be able to survive an early onslaught, especially at this point in Chisora's career. Chisora's definitely stronger than Wallin, so Chisora's going to come into the fight and try and use that. I feel like, Chisora probably knows Wallin's going to want to fight this on the back foot, and Chisora's good on the front foot. He's good on the back foot. He can do work there. But I feel like at this point in Chisora's career, he's probably better off at tucking up on the ropes. He takes shots while on the chin, and he can cover up well. And then, he just throws and hopes, really. Wallin ain't going to really be throwing and hoping. Wallin's going to be, coming in with a good game plan, and he will outsmart Chisora, and he will make sure he's outlanding him per round. Chisora might be landing the cleaner work throughout the fight, possibly. I don't know, but Wallin's going to be landing more, and we're going to see the volume of Otto Wallin over Derek Chisora's volume. At this point, Chisora's never really been a massive volume puncher. He's just a real good, hard, accurate puncher. That's what Chisora is, and it can put you off. But eventually, though, the accuracy it goes away a bit, and I feel like Wallin is quick enough on feet to, get in and out, get away from Chisora's shots, or, try and keep Chisora at range with behind that lead hand, get that check hook going, get the backhand going a bit, get the backhand going to the body as well. I feel like it would be good for Wallin to go to the body because Chisora's going to do that. So Wallin needs to match the body work of what Chisora wants to do. Wallin needs to stand his ground in this fight. 100% he does. He needs to stand his ground better than what he did in the AJ fight because that was absolutely appalling from Otto Wallin. But again, AJ's levels above what Chisora is. So, just because AJ's power was too much for Wallin and AJ's volume was too much. Because with AJ, thinks when he puts his combos together. AJ is a fantastic combination puncher. Chisora isn't really a great combination puncher. Well, he went near the level of what AJ's combinations are. So, yeah, Chisora's going to just want that overhand. And Chisora sets up the overhand very nicely, but I see Wallin being able to counter it at times, and Wallin's going to be able to get away with it. Wallin's going to be able to counter Chisora. He's going to leave himself open, and Wallin's going to take advantage of it. I feel like at times Wallin and Parker can be similar at times. Wallin has the odd similar attribute. He's not on the level of Parker, but, there are similar attributes there with how they fight. They like to fight at a pretty slow pace. Parker and Wallin, and Chisora weren't really able to deal with that against Parker, especially the second time. So yeah, I see Otto Wallin winning this on points, probably like 116, 112, 117, 111 on the scorecard, something like that. But yeah, that's what I think. I'm pretty confident Wallin wins, but I'm Team Del Boy. Anyway, thanks for watching. Speak to you on the next one.